Hello there, and a massive, heartfelt congratulations. If you're listening to this, it means you've likely been granted the Subclass 102 adoption visa. And that is just wonderful news. It's been a long road, I'm sure, but a brand new, exciting chapter is just about to begin for your family. So, this is a huge moment to celebrate for sure. But you might also be thinking, okay, what happens now? To make sure everything from here goes as smoothly as possible, we've put together this quick guide using official info straight from the Department of Home Affairs. Think of it as your roadmap for the next steps. Here's what we're going to cover. First, the journey to Australia itself. Then, we'll talk about your child's new status here. We'll also go over your obligations, the all-important rules around travel, and finally, the really exciting part, the path to citizenship. So let's dive right in with getting here. All right, first things first, the actual trip. This part is all about the crucial actions you need to take before your child even gets on the plane, and what to do the moment you land. Okay, these first steps might sound simple, but they are absolutely critical. First up, do a final check that your child's passport is valid and you have their visa details handy. Number 2, and I really can't stress this enough, your child must enter Australia before the first entry date that's on their visa grant letter. Missing this date can cause some serious headaches, so make sure you plan your travel around it. And finally, as you're landing, you'll need to fill out an incoming passenger card for them. And hey, here's a little tip for a smoother airport experience. If your child is 16 or older and has an e-passport, they can probably use the Smart Gate. It's an automated system that uses facial recognition to speed up passport control, which is a nice little shortcut to get your new chapter started that much faster. Okay, so you've arrived, you're through the airport. So what does this visa actually mean for your child's day-to-day life in Australia? This is where their future really begins to take shape. The most important thing to know is this. The Subclass 102 is a permanent visa. And that's not just a technical term. It means exactly what it sounds like. Your child now has the right to live in Australia indefinitely. This is their new home. And what does that mean in practical terms? Well, right from day one, your child can enroll in school, go to university, or get a job. They are protected by the exact same workplace laws and have all the same rights as any other resident. They get to fully participate in Australian life, plain and simple. Now, with those new rights come a few key responsibilities. It is incredibly important to keep the Department of Home Affairs updated if any of your family's circumstances change. You're actually required to tell the department about any changes to your contact details, a new phone number, email, or address. You also need to let them know about changes to your child's passport, any change in your own relationship status, or if you welcome another child into your family. It's vital because they need to be able to contact you about the visa, and outdated info can lead to miscommunications and future problems. And how do you manage all this? Your go-to tool is VEVO, the Visa Entitlement Verification Online System. Just think of it as your personal visa dashboard. You can log in anytime to check your child's visa conditions and all their details, which is especially useful for what we're about to talk about next. All right, this next part is one of the most important things for you to understand, especially when you're planning for the future. Let's break down how international travel works for a permanent resident. The key number to burn into your memory is 5. From the day your child's visa was granted, they have a 5-year travel facility. This means for the first 5 years, they can leave and re-enter Australia as many times as they like using this visa. So, within that 5-year window, the Subclass 102 visa is all your child needs to come back to Australia. But here is the critical part. After 5 years, the visa still lets them stay in Australia permanently, but it no longer lets them re-enter. So to travel and return after that point, they'll need either a resident return visa or they can become an Australian citizen. A quick but very important point here. Once the Subclass 102 visa is granted, that's it. No other dependents can be added to it. If you have other family members who want to come to Australia, they'll need to explore their own separate visa options. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most inspiring part of this whole journey, securing your child's future as a full Australian citizen. So when does the countdown to citizenship eligibility begin? Well, it starts on a very specific day. The day your child first arrives in Australia on this visa. That date officially kicks off their permanent residency for citizenship purposes. Becoming a citizen really is the ultimate step. It means your child will have an Australian passport, and they will never ever need a visa to enter or live in Australia again. It just removes any future travel worries and truly solidifies their place here as an Australian. The paperwork is done, the path forward is clear. This visa is the key that opens the door to a new life and a world of opportunity. Your child's journey as an Australian has now truly begun. So the only question left is, what will their first step be?